Hello everyone, and I'm back with some more Let's Plays, and this time it's gonna be Dragon Age Origins. I haven't been doing much Let's Plays or any other videos for a long while, and because I've been so busy in real life, I've done some work, and also I'm studying to become a physical therapist at an university. So yeah. There's that, and I've actually focused so much on that I haven't had time to play any games. Sad that it is sad, as sad that sounds. So yeah, anyway, now I'm back on a summer vacation, and I actually found time to play video games, or at least do Let's Plays. So yeah, yeah, this is Dragon Age Origins, so let's do some things first. Difficulty Nightmare. The toughest difficulty. Yes, please, we're gonna do that. I've never actually completed the game on the hardest difficulty, but we'll see what happens. Let's watch the intro and then I'll introduce the game and talk about it.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. Even be too late. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Alright, so now the opening is over, so let's talk about the game and what's gonna happen now. So we're at the character generation. which determines what origin we're gonna be, and sorry, what gender, race and class we're gonna be. So like always in RPGs, you can pick your gender, you can either be a female or male. We're gonna be male, and also race, we're either gonna be human, elf or dwarf. Now we're gonna be human, because I identify myself as a human and I wanna play human when I play role-playing games. And also my class is gonna be warrior. Warriors are cool and I like them. And of course our race and class will determine what origin we're gonna have. And right now it's gonna be human noble, which unfortunately in my opinion is the most boring and cringiest origins. But the origin is just supposed to be a tutorial level of some kind, so it's pretty short and doesn't really matter. After the origin story is over, the game will continue as normally. And each class has their own different origin story. As you can see, a mage starts with a mage origin story. And the mage origin story is, in my opinion, the most interesting one. The elves have two origin stories if you pick a warrior or rogue. Mage class always has the same origin story. But rogues, rogues has the same one as warriors. But elf has two different origin stories that he can choose. There's the Dalish elf, and then there's the shitty elf. You can post a video and read all the descriptions of these. And then there's the dwarf origin stories, dwarf commoner, dwarf noble, and dwarf. As you can see, dwarf can't be a mage. The mage class has been grayed out for dwarf. But we're gonna be a human warrior with the human noble origins. So let's pick next. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna decide a name. I'm gonna decide a name for this guy. The default name is Aiden Kusland. I can't change the last name because my companions and other NPCs in the game will refer to the character as a Kusland, so that's why I can't change that. But I can change my first name, and my first name is gonna be Lord Kusland. Lord Kusland. No. It's gonna be something something regal, something very noble. Dick. There we go. Dick Kusland. Deal with it. I can check the character creator in Dragon's Origins is very bad. As you can see, the game is also pretty old, not very impressive graphics and all that, and that's why the character creation is actually pretty bad. But we can make a decent looking guy out of this if I try really hard, and for that reason I'm gonna cut that out, so be right back. And yes, the character is created, so yeah, there's my dude, Dick Kusland, kinda good looking, wouldn't you say? So yeah, we're gonna pick the voice.
Greetings.
You can choose different voices to your character.
How do you do?
Greetings.
Greetings. Charmed, I'm sure. Greetings.
Now I'm gonna take cocky.
How do you do?
And yeah, next. So now we get to spend our attributes. And I have 5 points. Now. What I wanna do. Dexterity is good because it gives me a chance to actually hit enemies. And that's gonna be very important. But the game has abilities, and abilities hit regardless. So I don't really need dexterity, but I do need strength and constitution for health. I can't actually reduce points from any of these, so that's unfortunate. We're gonna take Should I max out strength now? Fuck. Sucks that I don't remember what I needed for... You need a certain amount of attributes to access some of your skills. And I can't remember what I needed to access some skills. Well, we'll go... I can actually respec, I believe. If I remember correctly, I could respec. But was it just talents, not actually attributes? Well, I don't remember. Let's go with... let's put 15 constitution and 18 strength. Okay, now I can choose my skills. And there's plenty of new... Okay, actually here I can see what I need. Now combat tactics. Combat tactics is important for your companions especially. Combat tactics allows you to set up tactics for your companions and they will do what you... And they will do whatever you put on those tactics. And the more you have if you have master combat tactics, the more tactics slots you have. I will talk about more about the tactics slots once we get to that part of the game where the game actually introduces me that. Coercion is also very good. You can get extra rewards and all that. Okay, I need 16 cunning for all of these. So 16 cunning is the absolute max that I want to go for. I do want coercion, that's for sure. I don't need expert combat training yet. Yeah, I don't need it yet, but I do want coercion. Okay, next. What now? So now I can select talents. The warrior already has the shield bash as a free talent. But do I want to go weapon and shield? In the expansion, Dragon Age Awakening, the weapon and shield talent tree is actually much better when it comes to dealing damage. But yeah, if I want to tank, if I want to go weapon and shield, that basically forces me to tank enemies, not really do DPS, and I want to do DPS. But can I build this guy to make damage? That's what I'm thinking about. I'm trying to remember what items, what weapons this game has, if it's possible. It's not just weapons, it's the abilities too. What offensive abilities do I have? Assault. Okay. You know, this actually sounds pretty interesting. But does the damage... How much? I'd like to see some numbers, not just the explanation what the talent does. I wanna find out about the damage rolls and all that, and the scaling, because one-hand weapons. What I was about to say? Well, whatever. Shield pummel, it's a stun, I believe. Shield pummel is a stun. Okay. So if I wanna go damage shield build, I need to take shield master, which is over here. And of course, I need dexterity for that as well. And do not benefit from using. I've never actually gone. I've played this game multiple times and I've never actually gone weapon and shield. You get a character, you get a companion that specializes in weapon and shield. But if I go weapon and shield, I'm not really... I can go with whatever comp I want. I don't have to think about bringing a tank because I am the tank. Two-handed is also very good because two-handed Two-handed warrior can also tank because of Indomitable. And Indomitable makes you basically immune to all kinds of ground control. Well, stun or knockdown effects for sure. And he can also deal a lot of damage as well. Then there's the dual weapon tree. Dual weapon tree is actually maybe even better for DPS, but yeah. Dual weapon requires a lot of attack, dexterity. While with two-handed I can just focus on strength. Strength, strength, strength and nothing else. Strength increases the damage that the warrior deals. And if I wanna deal a lot of damage, I wanna get as much strength as possible for sure. Tank? I wanna go tank, but I know it's not good. I know that tanking isn't good in this game. When it comes to actually dealing damage fast. No defend the favors the shield game bonus to increase chance to shrug off missile attacks. Taking a penalty to attack. Crap. Archery I'm not gonna care about. Alright, there's these. Greater health and reduce the fatigue penalty for wearing armor. Whoa, this might actually be a good first talent to take. Increased greater health. Okay, that's one. Precise striking. Attack bonus for... No. No. And not yet at least. Well, it's gonna be two-handed. Two-handed it is. Sorry that it took a while. I just had a hard time deciding what to do there. Now the useless shield bash skill is floating out there, but I can actually respec it away once I get there.
Your family, the Kuzlans, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance. When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Kuzlan's banner in service to the crown, not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial Darkspawn rising in the south.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize for the delay, my lord. This is entirely my fault.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True. But we both had less grey in our hair then. And we fought Orlesians, not monsters.
At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Pup, I didn't see you there. Hal, you remember my son?
I see he's grown into a fine young man. Pleased to see you again, lad.
So yeah, I'm basically the Tern's son, which and the Tern rules over Highever, the Banorn that we live in. And that's our noble origins, so we are actually a pretty important people, as we are an heir to the Banner. So yeah, I can actually choose my response to this question. Pleased to see you, young lad. Okay, so what I want to do? So you're not leaving until tomorrow. Let's be very cordial. And you, Alho.
My daughter Delilah asked after you. Perhaps I should bring her next time.
To what end?
Ha! To what end, he says? And so glib. The boy's a whip like his father.
See what I contend with, Hal? You can't tell my fierce boy anything these days, Maker bless his heart.
Temperament to match his fighting skill. Well done, your lordship.
At any rate, Pup, I summoned you for a reason. While your brother and I are both away, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle.
Nice. What? Why can't I go into battle with you and Fergus?
I'm certain you'd more than prove yourself, but I am not willing to deal with your mother if you join the war. She'd kill me if I let you go. She's already twisted into knots about Fergus and me going.
If you don't send me, I'll kill you. I love these dialogue choices that it gives me. And that's what I like about the games, these role-playing games that don't have any voice acting by the playable character, because it actually gives some freedom to the dialogue. So very well, I do. That's not fair. I want to fight. Let me talk to her. I'll convince her.
I doubt that. You know your mother, and she made it clear there is no debate. This is no needless task. I ask you to take a great responsibility. Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away, yes? There's also someone you must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Cousland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
We rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope.
So yeah, the Grey Wardens are basically an order of knights that specialize in fighting the Darkspawn, and for that reason they are held in, or some people hold them in very high regard. But there are some people that don't like the Grey Wardens. But people here in Highware, where we live, respect the Grey Wardens and give them a lot of authority. Okay, so he said they were a small order and no longer important.
I apologize, Duncan. That Aldous has nerve teaching my children such slanderous nonsense.
I take no offense. The Grey Wardens are not what we once were.
I'll not have the Warden spoken ill of in my household. Without them, the Darkspawn would have killed us all in the first blight. You are the only reason men still live in Thedas. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow Wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your son is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that might be, this is one of my sons we're talking about.
Perhaps that would get me into the battle.
That discussion is closed.
You did just finish saying that Grey Wardens are heroes, old friend.
Indeed.
I've not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off to battle. Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear. While we need as many good recruits as we can find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone?
So basically what the right of conscription is that the Grey Wardens were granted the right to conscript any man they want into their order, regardless of the regardless of his status. And they could actually probably walk into like basically the king's throne room and invoke the right of conscription and conscript him into the Grey Wardens. That's how powerful the right of conscription is. And there's nothing that they can do about the right of conscription except kill the Grey Warden. But that would actually kind of start a war between them and the guy who murdered the Grey Warden. But yeah, whatever, let's continue. Pop Canyon Sword of Jungle. Of course.
In the meantime, find Fergus and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me.
But I'd like to stay and talk to Duncan.
You'll have plenty of time after we're gone. We must discuss the battle plans in the south. Be a good lad and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
So yeah, now we're actually in the game. I'm actually gonna... Okay, this is where you can actually select... Guys, no, cameras over here. All the controls are how I remember them. Nice, that's good. I actually gotten some items. So yeah, these items what I have in my inventory are rewards that I get. Now if you bought the game, you've never played it before, you don't actually receive any of these except maybe the Blood Dragon Plate. But everything else you're not gonna have. Well, you're gonna have this probably as well, kinds of skillful maneuvering, and probably the Dragon Bone Cleaver, I'm not sure. But you can get these items from completing the other campaigns, DLC side stories on a certain difficulty. Completing them on hard mode, at least on hard mode, will unlock you all the rewards that I have here. And these rewards are gonna be useful. I'm gonna wear them for sure. So what do I have? Whoa. Whoa. This amulet is pretty fucking good. 6 cunning, 7% melee critical hit chance. This is a rogue weapon, I mean a rogue amulet, but still very good for a warrior as well. Especially for the extra stamina and the chance to avoid missile attacks. Alright, I also have an item set bonus. You get an item set bonus for wearing same pieces of armor. As you can see, I have studded leather armor. And because I have gloves on the armor part and the boots part, it gives me an item set bonus. And the set bonus is, let me see, how much armor does this give? 75 armor. It doesn't really give me it gives me defense. 3 defense. From what? Okay, I get 1 defense as a set bonus. Okay. Well, better than nothing, I guess. What about this? Improves blood magic. Well, this is for sure a mage belt. 1 to all attributes, spell resistance, and a chance to dodge attacks. Yes, please. I want that. Is there anything else? I can't use the weapons yet. Nice. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, I think this is a good time to end the video, and we're gonna continue with the origin story in the next one, so see ya then.